This show and our 7 Days to Die server is hosted with 7DTDserverhosting.com, offering affordable, no-lag, unlimited RAM servers instantly set up for up to 30 players. Get your server today at 7DTDserverhosting.com.
Dead Workers Party on 7 Days to Die, Episode 4, recorded on September 17th, 2013.
I'm Brent Copeland.
I'm Wes Wilson.
And I'm Eric Fullerton.
And I'm Spencer Williams.
Sub. And as you heard in the prequel, I don't know, the
prequel
opening,
The top of the show.
we now have a sponsor for the show.
Woo! Yes.
So 7DTDserverhosting.com gave us a 30-player server. So now we get to do all of our filming and not have to worry about the server being down all the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, you saying that over and over again just makes me realize more and more how awkward it is to say 7DTD.
Yes.
DTD.
Yes. Try making thumbnails every time with it. Like, what was it again?
Very close to DDT,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is deadly.
And DWP.
Especially to like bugs.
But I think
Yeah.
you can cook meth with it or something, can't you?
That's going off topic.
Right.
That's different podcast, Eric.
So like I actually got, now that we've got this new server, I actually got to log on and like play like with like his, either Brent wasn't on and so his server wasn't up or whatever, you know, and then like we poked around with the other one a little bit and I got to experiment with that when we were all here, but it was running really slow for me because this computer doesn't run as well, but my computer at home runs great. And I got to log on the server and walk around and get killed. And found myself a building and I went and lived on top of it.
Nice.
And I learned the joys of making it through the night in 7 Days to Die.
Nice. Now, one of the things you should do, which I had to teach Eric earlier, is when you log onto the server, look on the map for a little teepee.
Yeah.
And that means someone set down a sleeping bag, and you can click on the map, and it basically puts a circle around it, and that becomes your new spawn point.
Okay, cool.
So then put all your stuff in the inventory and go jump off a building and let zombies kill you, and then you spawn there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good
And
to
then
know.
you can be home.
Yep. So I and that's what I did. Like I started walking down the road and I found myself some buildings, and I was like, it's daytime. This will be fine, you know. And so I searched everything, filled up my inventory, got myself some guns and some bullets, and I was ready for the night. And I went and climbed up top. And so then like, oh my god. The amount of undead activity below me was like a buzzing hive of death. And they basically took the building I was in and began gutting it, like destroying things. And so finally, like and so then, you know, my first thing every morning is to go down and like kill the stragglers in the building. And then repair the stairwell to get back up to where I'm supposed to be, you know? But man, the nights are long, too. I mean, like, really long.
Yeah.
And you could go down and waste bullets, you know? But that seems like I didn't feel like I had enough bullets to go down and fight my way through all those people.
Yeah, once you're killing like
They're not
60 and 70
people
zombies, it's
anymore.
not quite worth it. It's
No.
like-
And so, but I did make it through a couple of nights. I had also noticed another problem, like playing it in windowed mode and then coming back to it. Have you guys done this much?
I've done it a few times.
So like you're sitting there and you're spending the night and you're like, okay, I'm sitting here. I'm gonna click some cookies while I'm spending the night, right?
You're gonna do what?
Cookie clicker.
It's a different show.
Yeah. So
We'll tell you later.
but then if you come back, like, and you don't click or like re-enter the window by clicking right in the middle, your cursor will be off a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That just happened to me tonight. It's like this game is still in beta or something, or alpha.
Yeah.
You can fix it, though, if you hit escape.
Really?
Yeah, hit escape twice.
Okay.
And it'll fix it.
Okay, cool. Because that's how I died. Every time I died, that was why.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, but having fun playing on the server. Looking forward to seeing everybody on there.
Sorry you died.
It's all right.
We're working on a new design on our current fortress. We just started over because of the new server, but we're actually in the same building that we were, which is the like a car, like a junkyard.
Yeah.
It's the junkyard basically.
Yeah.
But I watched this video. Some guy now he created this in creative mode, but basically it's the idea of putting a moat where it's so far down that the zombies die when they hit. So, and they push each other off the edge, and you make your ladders not touch the ground, so you have to jump to the ladders to get up. So now they can't get to your building and destroy your building.
Okay.
So we're working on that. I found 2 augers, and I ran out of gas. We found some gas tonight, so we get that thing pumped up. I figure I will probably need about 60 or 70 more things of gas, though. So
That's a lot of gas.
That is a lot of gas.
it's going to be a big moat.
Okay.
It's a big moat. You got to make it 3 wide so they can't reach it, because they can hit the walls 2 wide.
Yeah.
So you can make it 3 wide and then really deep.
Now, I know that's not like easy. You know, that takes some work to make it happen, right? But do you think that that's like acceptable, that you should be able to make a zombie-proof fortress in a game about getting killed by zombies?
I think it's only going to be that proof until they can start climbing and flying.
Yeah. And there's only a finite amount of gas, too, on the map, right?
Yeah, but
currently.
has anyone come up across that barrier yet?
I mean, there's only so many little factories with gas barrels.
Until we can create gas, which I assume we will eventually.
Beans.
Yeah, it's fine.
Lots of beans.
It's I mean, the last map, I mean, we pretty much cleared probably at least half of it, I would say. I mean, not every little nook and cranny, but the gas isn't, you know, you don't find it in bags so much as in warehouses and garages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, they did a decent job of putting stuff where they belong.
Yeah.
You know,
I've noticed that too.
I think it'll get better. Like, even the cops, and when you're in the city and the cops are there, that's where you get guns and ammo. So that's your respawn for guns and ammo is kill cops.
Oh, yeah. Cop zombies.
Bandages are on nurses, that sort of thing.
True. Yeah.
So you got to keep that sort of stuff in mind. Now, we talked briefly about patch 1.1 last week. It hit, and we've all played it a little bit. What do y'all think on that being the first patch that we got?
Well, I wasn't able to put enough effort into the 1.0. Like, I poked around with it a little, but I because I didn't do much single player, I didn't really get to dig into it very much.
Right.
I still think we're a patch or 2 away from what I would consider a major patch.
Right.
Yeah, because it was mainly bug fixes.
Yeah, it was mainly bug fixes. They did add the Mac support, so if you're playing on a Mac, you can now download it and play.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's kind of a big thing, I think.
Yeah, I've got a Mac right next to my PC, so I'm going to play it on my Mac, and then I'm going to play it on my PC, and I'm going to tell you which one I die on faster.
Yeah. And they fixed some, like, dupe exploits and stuff, and, like, yeah, that's needed, but until they put the recipe file server side, it's really pointless. I mean, because anybody can update their XML file to, make,
Well, yeah, but do you think that they're updating it at this point for, I mean, it's probably laying the groundwork is what I guess, because we are still in alpha.
Yeah.
So, the only people that are playing it are idiots. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
that's racist.
Wow.
I did discover that I can't walk on things sometimes. Like, I was on top of our fortress, and I climbed up on the roof, and the roof just collapsed out from under me, and that was distressing.
Oh.
Yeah. RP Gamer let us know last time not to walk on the roof because you can fall through some spaces.
So I walked on the roof, and I fell through some spaces.
Awesome.
You can walk on torches, though.
Yeah, and they don't collapse. And here's the thing. I once fell through a floor in a warehouse, like in real life, and the feeling was remarkably similar. Like, I thought something was going to bite me, just like I did in real life. So
Wow.
there's no real point to this story.
I fell through a roof once.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I fell in an attic, and my butt went through the drywall and the ceiling over the garage. And
then were you stuck like halfway between, like your legs dangling from the ceiling?
well, actually, my legs were in the attic, and I was hanging out backwards. And the only reason I didn't fall all the way and hit my car is because I fell on some electrical wires. So I was suspended by some electrical wires behind my back hanging by my
Did a
feet.
zombie eat you?
No.
That's speaking of. That's one of the things the game's missing.
What?
Wires.
Oh.
Wires.
Yeah?
We need to be pulling copper out of these buildings.
Yeah.
Making some money. A new currency or something.
This is true.
Something like that.
Do you know what else this game is missing? Like a guy with a trench coat that has a whole bunch of stuff to buy in his trench coat. Shouldn't that be in there? Like he
I love
opens up
those
his
guys.
trench coat,
Yeah.
I think it's coming.
and then you can buy stuff with copper wiring that you've pulled out of buildings.
He's like the shady merchant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of like these new things, like I don't know if they're going to be waiting till Alpha 2 to release like new things like that, like the climbing
Alpha 2
zombies.
is when we get zombie sharks, right?
Like how long do you think that's going to be? Like how long do you want to give them for a bigger patch?
I think it's going to be at least 8 or 9 months till they go to beta.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
think
Well, they're going to do Alpha 2 before then.
yeah.
I mean that's for
Yeah.
sure.
But I mean I think it's going to be at least 7 or 8 months before they go to beta. So I mean it's going to be at least 3 or 4 months before they get to Alpha 2.
Well, let's go to the Kickstarter and see what they say. Because
That's true.
It
They do
says
have some info there.
It says here that you would get your alpha access in August of 2013, which we did. And they also say on the level beneath where we got that was on the $35 level. On the $25 level, you get early beta access, and that says estimated delivery October 2013.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's really quick.
that's
It is.
next month.
Next month.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to me because
Yeah.
they've got to do Alpha 2 before then.
Yeah.
And all the things that they're talking about adding. I mean, NPCs, that seems like a huge effort.
Yeah.
Automobiles, or,
Well, we don't know how
zombie
far along
bears.
those things are either.
Yeah.
I'd love to see some weather, like sandstorms in the desert,
I hate you
tornadoes. That'd be cool. Tornado ripping through town. That'd be
Like we don't
insane.
have enough to deal with.
I want zombie
I think
sharks.
weather would be cool.
Zombie sharks,
Zombie desert sharks.
sharknadoes, maybe.
No, I didn't say that.
I said
And that makes it real.
it. Yeah.
So we didn't get much. I mean, there's not much news right now. It's still alpha, and these shows are going to be relatively short until more stuff keeps pumping out. I did want to mention we got an email this week from SOK. I guess that's So Knife.
So knife.
So Knife. So nice to meet you. Stab. Stab. And you can actually leave us, we have a forum to submit questions at deadworkers.engine.com/7days-submit, or you can email it to 7days-to-die at deadworkers.com, I think. It's such an awkward name, isn't it?
7D2D. It's the last D.
Well,
It's the
I'm
last
trying
D.
to think if I shortened it.
7D2.
Maybe we should just start calling it 7 days.
7 days.
I can't say that. I'm just going to call it duh.
We did. The email is 7days@deadworkers.com.
There you go.
So that's what I was
There
trying
you
to think of is, did we shorten it? Did
Yes.
we make it short? So we did.
So
Email
ignore
us.
everything Brent said earlier. It's 7days@deadworkers.com.
And anyway, So Knife to meet you says, what's the feed burner RSS link for this podcast? What's that, Eric?
It is 72D / engine D7 D2 D. Would you like to buy a syringe for my trench coat? .com. I don't know.
Talk about iTunes while I find this information.
iTunes.
Yeah.
iTunes.
Where can they find us?
iTunes. Ah, yes. On iTunes. We are on iTunes. Do a search for Dead Workers Party on 7 Days to Die, right? And in fact, if you could shorten 7 days, 7 days, that's 3 syllables. You could just replace that with the word week. Week to die. It's faster.
Like WEEK or WEAK.
Yeah.
Too weak to die.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. But we are on iTunes and any other podcatchers from your.
And this is where they need it, because they need it for non-iTunes stuff. And so if you need our actual feed,
right.
perk up them ears, get your typer ready.
Yeah.
Because this is a doozy.
You ready?
Feeds, one word, feeds.feedburner.com/on 7 days to die.
And
Only
it's-
one number in there.
Yeah, the number 7. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
not too bad. So you throw that into your pod programs on your Android or your what is that one that nobody uses anymore?
Shark face.
BlackBerry.
Library, yeah. And just looking at the stats, I mean, already the show's doing excellent. I mean, it's almost going to pass the safe house,
Nice.
so it's close to that. It's halfway to On Smite,
Wow.
so that's pretty good. It's a little less than half of Nation of Gamers.
So sad.
It's
I'm gonna cry.
it's almost caught up with Wow Wow podcast.
Nice.
It is definitely beat at Brent Copeland and Ye Olde Republic podcast.
Oh no, it can't beat Ye
And
Olde
Warp.
Republic.
And the Daily Gamer. But
A lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
but Control Point, it's got a ways actually.
Yeah.
Control Point's our second biggest podcast.
Yeah.
Really?
Still,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought it was at Brent Copeland.
no. At Brent Copeland is a travesty. It's a tenth of what this podcast is. To give you any, it is our lowest podcast besides the Shaft a Minecraft vidcast, which has 0.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't even know that one existed.
That's
Are
a
these
bunch
pod
of-
track numbers you're looking at?
yeah. So they're all kind of
So everything you just said is wrong.
it's skewy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, you can tweet to us too at Dead Workers on Twitter.
Okay, so now to the point, and people in the chat room can play along in this part.
Da da da.
Does anybody have an idea for what they could put in the game and make it more fun?
Sharknado.
Or just put it in the game. Sharknadoes from Eric.
I want, and I know this is coming, but I want more models, more character models, more zombie models, and more people models.
Like, so you want strippers
How about,
and nurse
customization?
strippers.
Customization? Maybe?
Like more people you can be, or where you could just like
change
most
faces,
MMOs,
hair.
you can sit there and like
Yeah.
design your own character.
So something on the level of the superhero MMO. What was that one?
Oh,
City of Heroes?
City of Heroes. Yeah. That was great. You know, if you want to be a
Thinking
big
more Sims, right? Like,
Yeah.
what can you find in a closet? Like, well, like DayZ, you know, you could find, you know, Gila suits and stuff. Like, that's got to come at some point, right? Let's
Right.
find some hats.
Yeah.
I would like for
TF2.
there to be some reason to like kill the zombies instead of just run from them all the time.
Like so you
maybe a
can tame
level
'em.
system.
That's coming. They are going to add basically levels in crafting and guns and all the different things.
So
Oh, good, because I want that.
We have a couple in the chat room already. Sorrow Fox 69 says tripwires. I think that would be excellent.
Yeah.
Wire it up to some gas cans that explode or something like that, or maybe that
Or like Ewok traps, you know, like logs that come down and smash the zombies.
oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Now, and I like the idea. I mean, traps are cool. But my only problem is, and I found this the same with like Minecraft with traps and stuff, is when you've got thousands of zombies coming at you every night, like killing 10 with a trap seems like a crap ton of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's why you have to set up, 100 traps, and then you spend the next day resetting all of them, and that's the whole game for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
That sounds amazing.
A lot of work involved.
doesn't it?
The second thing he suggests is bigger breasts on the nurses.
I don't think that's necessary.
No?
I mean, it already looks like if you hit them hard enough, those boobs are going to pop.
You know,
so-
I don't even have time to look at nurses. When there's zombies coming at me, I'm just shooting. I don't know how anybody's noticed.
Have you ever played during the daytime when they're just walking around?
Yeah, but even then, I don't get
lusciously
near them.
rubbing against you with their giant bahangas.
Even then, I don't get near them.
I think Spencer wants zombie pets.
Zombie pet.
Like where he can like tame the nurses to like
Oh, yeah.
take care of them.
No.
Put them on little clamper things like in Walking Dead.
I do want like a zombie horse that I can tame and ride around the desert and pretend like I'm like a pirate. Wait, not a pirate.
Like the Lone Ranger.
Now,
yeah, except not a terrible movie.
there is one thing from what Eric was saying. I'm looking at the Kickstarter just to see some of the stuff that they got with their stretch goals and other things. They do mention seasonal weather effects with temperature-based survival effects.
Cool.
I think that's a good idea.
So
That was something that DayZ was trying to do and never actually nailed it down because they had ways to keep cool. They had heat packs, all kinds of stuff, but they never really got going with it.
Yeah.
well, let's seriously, flesh some of this out. Like instead of just saying, Sharknado's in the desert,
Yeah.
or whatever. Do we want like if you're in the desert, you use water faster?
I think that.
Like
yeah.
You slowly desiccate.
Yes.
Do you think they should cause things to spawn in a way so, say, the better stuff is in the desert? Like in the harsher areas, they put better stuff?
No, I want realistic stuff distribution. I really do.
Yeah.
I want you to have to go into cities to get like big stuff, and you go out into the desert to get away from the zombies, and there shouldn't be as many zombies in the desert.
Yes. I agree.
Well, we kind of mentioned that last week about maybe a different spawning system where they spawn realistically from different things instead of just spawning out of thin air.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and
And
like
there's a limited amount of gas on the map. Why aren't there a limited number of people that have turned into zombies?
Because people keep dying, and every 7 days they turn into zombies.
But eventually you're going to run out of people, right? And it will say, you won.
maybe zombie
All the zombies are
corpses.
dead.
Maybe zombie corpses are how you make gasoline, and that'd give you a reason to go out and kill zombies.
Yeah, and you'd have to build like a big zombie grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
And a press.
a press. And then you're also set if a Terminator comes after you.
Exactly.
'Cause You just lure it into the press. And that's something else this game needs is Terminators.
Terminator.
No, but I do like the idea of weather-based stuff. Like if it's snowing and it's cold, you have health issues if you don't get some kind of warmth around you within a certain amount of time. And it can be, fires in a fireplace, or, if you can find hand warmers and things like that, that wouldn't be bad either.
So basically, you could almost have like a warmth effect to clothing. Like, depending on what you're wearing, you have like a warmth quotient or something. So like if it's hot, you can go in a Speedo and run around,
Right.
and have less warmth. But maybe you want to wear that Kevlar vest to keep you safe from bandits or whatever. But it's really hot.
Yeah.
Things like that. And if you're wearing
Maybe.
a coat and stuff, maybe it's a little extra protection.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do
Maybe
you think there should be huddling for warmth?
Yes.
We should all take off our clothes and share one giant jacket and...
Sleeping bag.
Oh, it's getting all sticky in here.
Sleeping bags. Do y'all
Yeah.
think they should add the bed effect? Since you said sleeping bags, bed effect that they have in Minecraft, where when you go to sleep in a bed, it starts day again.
No. You'd be dodging, like in Minecraft there's sort of a point to it, because maybe you just don't want to see any night ever in Minecraft and do whatever you want. But in 7D to D, nighttime is sort of the meat of the game, right?
Yeah.
I don't do anything but stand on rooftops at nighttime.
Yeah. You just want to get it over with.
Sorry.
Yeah, in Minecraft too, it's like at night before they had beds. Like I would go mining. That's when I would go mining because I felt the safest away from everything that's up on the surface. And mining was just as dangerous during the day as it was at night. In 7 days, it seems, until you get like underground and stuff. I don't know. Like I feel like you almost get the metals and stuff easy around that you don't have to do as much mining.
Mm-hmm.
I know getting some of the stuff to make the TNT is where you need the mine and the lead, and I'm sure when they add in more recipes, you'll definitely have a lot more use for mining.
Isn't that how
But
you
right
make,
now, it's like getting to the mine is difficult.
Yeah. Isn't there coal?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
coal.
to make torches and
But you
stuff?
can use cloth
Oh, okay.
to make torches too. There's two types of torches in the game. So I guess it'll be easier with coal because you get a crap ton of coal.
Yeah. True.
Torch it up.
Are there electric lights yet?
Not that you can like turn on. There are like street lamps and stuff.
See, I think it would be cool if you could wire up some lights to a generator.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, their own form of like redstone, but like electric wires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
can't wait for
think you
something
should
like
be
that.
able to like torture zombies with bare wire that has a like. You should be able to like tie a zombie to a chair and then say where are the plans, and then like hit him with the wires. I'm kind of out of it
Like-
and loopy. I'm
Like
sorry.
put their feet in a bucket of water.
Of course. I didn't think I had to say that, Eric. I thought that was understood.
Well, it wasn't.
I'm down with that plan. I like it.
Well, I think that's we'll save some because there's tons of discussion here about I think what you can get in the game. So we'll save that for next time.
Yeah, we have more ideas for zombie torture, so we'll wait. Talk about
I have
that next
so many
week.
ideas for zombie torture.
So until then, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Dead Workers. Email us at 7days@deadworkers.com. You can also leave us a voicemail at 256-812-1010. Be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. We're going to try to at least do the show at least till the game's released and really give it a good go. And if we still like the game and you're listening, we'll continue the show. If you're not listening to the show and your friends aren't listening, then we'll probably just play the game and not do the show. So that
And we'll
is
come to your house and hit you
encouragement.
in the face.
Yes, and your friend. So we'll tell them it was from you. This is from Rob. So listen to the show and get your friends to listen, and that'll get us to continue to do the show. And until then, die on. No, 7
on.
days on.
Survive.
Die.
Days of dying
No,
death.
you guys, I got it. You ready?
Yeah.
7 days to buy. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.